fellas, Morton 0245, and today we're taking a look at another classified figure. Okay, so I decided today to do another classified figure, and today is in the form of Desert Commando Snake Eyes. I can't wait to get into this figure because I'm really excited to do this review because I really well, I'll say my final thoughts for the end. But okay, so let's for the packaging. Now this packaging is a little bit different than the standard classified packaging, and this one don't have any plastic. As you can see, there's the front of the package. It says, let me zoom my camera a little bit so you can see the whole thing. There's the picture on the front, there's the side. It shows you everything on the back. And it's figure 92. Now, the way these are packaged is, usually I put them back in the box, to show them off. But this one would be kind of hard because you see there's twisty ties that hold the figure into this here. And the second box here, if I can get it out, is where all your accessories are housed. This is actually pretty cool. It's like a briefcase. You open that up and you see there's paper in there. That's where your accessories are stored in. You have to tear that and dump them out. So yeah, so these are a little harder to put back in the box once you're done, which that's not going to go in all the way. It's hitting on the bottom of the box, and yeah, it's not want to go in if it's hitting on the bottom of the box right there. Okay, so I figured out what the problem was. I was sticking it in the wrong way. I was trying to stick it in like this, but it's supposed to go in this way. And so there you go. Okay, for size comparison, I got a couple different figures from actually different lines too. I'm going to show you kind of say size comparison. So here's the movie Storm Shadow, which if I can get them to balance. Okay, there we go. I also have the movie Snake Eyes from the Snake Eyes movie. These are a little hard to get balanced. Once you get them balanced, they'll work. And behind here, I'm going to put the John Matrix, NECA John Matrix from Comando, which is actually a little bit taller than the 6-inch figures from Hasbro, as you can see. And also in the back here, I'm going to put the big chap Xenomorph. And in front of the Xenomorph, I'm going to put the lifestyle Predator. Let me fix this bottom of the caster if it's trying to fall off. And last but not least, behind Matrix, I'm going to stick the Feral Predator. So as you can see, the Feral Predator is a pretty large predator. It's even taller than the classic Predator, which if I put him, hold on, let me show you. As you can see, the Feral Predator actually stands taller than the classic style Predator. So that's probably about like a 6 or 8 inch figure there, I would imagine. So I think that's as far as zoom out. Let me go up a little bit. So there's kind of your size comparison for this figure. So the two movie figures are about the same size. The movie Snake Eyes looks like it maybe just a tad bit shorter than the Desert Commando Snake Eyes, but it looks like the same size. Storm Shadow, of course, Matrix back there is taller, and the big chap and the two Predators are also taller because they're taller than humans. But if you want to see reviews on any of the other figures I got in my collection, feel free to comment and let me know. Starting with accessories from smallest to biggest, we're going to start with this knife right here, which is pretty simple. It's got a tan color handle and a silver blade, which I think the silver is painted on to the handle because, as you can see, there's a little bit of tan paint on the blade there probably from where it didn't get painted all the way, probably like a factory error or something. But it's not too bad. See, it's got the cutting edge, the serrated edge on the top here, and pretty cool knife. The figure has a sheath on his side here where the knife can be stored. His next accessory is this handgun, which I am about 100% certain that this is based on a Beretta 9mm handgun. And now the barrel sticks out a little bit. It looks like it's got a compensator, which that's for a reason I'll show you here in just a minute. But as you can see, there's like a extended magazine, some paint on the grips on each side, which is pretty cool. Gives a little bit of detail. See, there's the mechanical action of the slide like a Breda would have, and also the Walther P38 was what's it was based off of. And so pretty cool. Now the barrel sticks out like that, like with a compensator to the suppressor attachment, which you can attach to the pistol, which looks that looks pretty cool. Now you can attach the suppressor to his other weapon. I'll show you in just a minute. But he has a pistol holster on his right thigh where you can store the pistol, and there's also a small place in front of the pistol holster where you can store his suppressor, when he's not using them. His next accessory is this machine gun right here, which this is a Uzi 9mm submachine gun.
The Uzi 9mm.
And this right here would be your folding stock that would fold out, which unfortunately doesn't work on this, but that would be cool if they could have done that. And here's your foregrip. Both of these are painted details, which looks pretty cool. The Uzi is, Snake Eyes' iconic accessory from the dating back all the way to version 1. And it's got the Uzi profile, pistol grip. There's your magazine. Really cool weapon. Now, the suppressor that came with the pistol, the Beretta, you can take and plug it onto the Uzi right here if you wanted to. And so that's what it looks like on the Uzi, which that looks pretty cool. That'd be a good way to display this if you choose to. And the next accessory is this bandolier, which is mostly all brown plastic, but there's some painted grenades in front of this, which in reality you wouldn't want to wear grenades on the front of your chest, because if one of these gets shot with a bullet, this is going to go boom and probably kill you. So that's not a very smart idea to have grenades on a bandolier in front of your chest. But so in movies it looks cool though. But you can see these are pineapple grenades, which I actually have somewhere I got a decommissioned pineapple grenade. But they call them that because of the shape of the grenade. But anyway, see there's a pouch here, and to the back there's a hole right there for his next accessory. I'll show you here in just a minute. But still, pretty cool. His next accessory is this backpack and the sword, which the sword sheath can be unpegged from the backpack, as you can see. There's a big hole right there, and see, it's a pretty cool backpack. There's a lot of pouches and flaps, buckles, stuff like that, and then the straps continue to the back. You're probably not going to see this, if it's on the figure. It's kind of got like a hard post on it. Now, the problem I have with this backpack, especially with the bandolier, is on when you put it in the figure's back, it wants to get loose and work out, especially when the bandolier is on there. You can mash it in, but over time it'll kind of get loose and work its way back out again. So that's a little bit annoying, but still cool. Now the sword, as you can see here, it's got the sword sheath, it's got the Articulation logo on it, which is kind of got a cool like leathery sheath detail on it. And now it is a little bit warped, unfortunately, but now you can remove the sword from the sheath, which I think is the same sword that came with the first classified Snake Eyes. This one's got like an orange paint on the blade, and there's your cutting edge. There's also a serrated edge right here. There's like a false edge on top there, and the handle, just painted brown, but still pretty cool. Now, it was a little bit warped when I got out of the package, and so is the sheath, which is kind of hard to get it straightened. But his final accessory is this sword right here, which I can't remember exactly what this sword is called, but as you can see, it's got a brown wrapped handle. There's no guard on this though, so if you were to stab something with this, your hand would go. Well, I guess you could see this would be the guard right here. Well, maybe this would stop your hand from going over, because if there wasn't a guard, your hand would end up on the blade and cut your hand pretty bad. That's why there's guards on the sword. So this may be your guard right here actually. But see, there's no paint on the handle. Like I said, it's just brown, but there's a silver blade, and this sword actually looks a little bit more realistic to me than that other sword. But now there's nowhere to really store this, but you can do like I did at the beginning of this video, kind of just tug it in between his felt like that, which that looks pretty cool actually. Okay, so let's take a look at Desert Commando Snake Eyes articulation. He has a really modern articulation. He's got a ball joint at the head, and was also like a swivel joint at the neck. There and a hinge at his neck, and um, he's got a hinge ball joint at the shoulder. There's a butterfly joint at his shoulder there as well. There's a swivel at his bicep. There's a double hinge, which this rubber thing's getting in the way. A double hinge joint at his elbow. A hinge at his wrist. He's got a ab crunch articulation. There's a little bit of movement in his waist there. He's got like a ball joint at the hip right there. A double bend at the knee, which is a little bit stiff. A swivel at the boot, and a hinge and ankle pivot. Just a quick note, I just noticed this now. When your figure does this doesn't mean it's broke. It's just the joint hinges down to allow for posing like that, so you can push it back up into place, and and it'll be okay. So just let you know your figure's not broke if that happens. Let's take a look at the sculpt, design, and colors of Desert Commando Snake Eyes. Starting with his head, and as you can see, his head is kind of based on the original 1982/83 1.5 Snake Eyes head with the the original style goggles instead of the the 85 version 2 style, which I actually like this style of goggles better myself. It's just a personal preference. But going around to the back, as you can see, there's like a strap for his goggles back there, which is actually a detail in the original figure too, I believe. And it continues down to his neck. There's some details around his neck right there too. And going down to his chest, there's some leather like straps and buckles and armor plates. It looks like there's some kind of symbol right there, which I'm not 100% sure what that's supposed to be. On his left arm, there's armor plates. A band with a pouch in it. Armor plates goes down to his forearm, his elbow, and there's looks like armor knuckles on his hand there. On the other side, about the same way, but there's a GI Joe symbol with a I think that's supposed to be Timberwolf, I think. So it's kind of like his own customized symbol, I guess. It may stand for something, I'm not 100% sure. But going down, the armor kind of goes around here too. He missed a lot of spots though. It looks like, unless there's like Kevlar underneath this, which that could be. But going to down to his belt, he's got like a double belt. There's a belt on top here, and then this other belt buckle's got the Arashikage symbol on it. And the belt continues around the back. There's a peg hole for the backpack. I had to clear my throat. But on his right leg here, there's the pistol holster and the slot for the silencer with the pistol in it. There's a strap with some silver paint on the buckle, which is pretty cool. And on his left leg, there's the knife and the knife sheath, which also has silver paint on the buckle. There's a two-tone pattern on his pants. Here it is like a dark brown and a light brown, which that looks really cool actually. And he's also got knee pads, which knee pads are really cool. It helps kind of hide the joints and stuff. And he's got brown boots, which his boots kind of look like kind of like a ninja boot, which makes sense. But Snake Eyes' ninja backstory. But I would think I would have preferred more combat like boots. My 12-inch Snake Eyes, I swapped his boots out because I didn't like the boots on which they weren't ninja boots like this, but I swapped them out for more generic combat boots. I thought they looked cool. So here's a comparison with version 1 standing in front of the Desert Commando Snake Eyes, and version 2 standing in front of the movie Snake Eyes. But I don't like that because of the visors. Version 2's visor, is what was the movie version was based on, and the version 1 visor is what was the Desert Commando was based on. And if I turn around here, just can't stand, but see, there's the hole back there where the visor goes in. But if I can get it back on the stand, there we go. But they're pretty cool. Now they did make the first version. They use the same mold as the Desert Commando Snake Eyes. It was all black like the version 1, but the different color, that makes this version stand out from other Snake Eyes, and it makes it something a little bit different. Now they did try, I think with version 4, I think in the vintage era, they tried a different color scheme, which still has black, but they went with like blue and orange visor, which this Desert Commander does have an orange visor, but now what everything that version did wrong, version this Desert Commando does right. Okay, so what do I think of this figure overall? I really like this figure, and I highly recommend it. It is different from the normal Snake Eyes. Now, I do have a few problems with this figure. This figure has some balance issues, especially when he's got the backpack on, because the backpack wants to work out of the peg, and it makes the figure kind of top heavy, and it wants to top over. It took me forever to get him posed correctly, especially if you have this figure in a dynamic pose that wants to make the figure topple. But it still wants to. You have to get him balanced just right to even without the backpack, you still got balanced just right for him to stand. But so I give this figure a 10 out of 10, top tier. So if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. That'd help me out a lot, and don't forget to hit subscribe. Till next time.